Your future self has an important message for you. And this is going to hit hard. And it's not a message for everyone, but for those of you who have started over maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 times, your future self is not going to sugarcoat anything but give it to you like it is. Because this is not about motivation or manifesting anything over time, but it is how to collapse time between where you are now and where you are dreaming about going. It feels like you've walked through the wrong doors and stayed in rooms that have drained you. You've learned lessons the hard way, and your future self wants to preserve you so that you don't have to keep walking into the same rooms and getting rejected. Your future self doesn't want you to waste time anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to elaborate what I'm hearing for you with a tarot card. And as I get your tarot card for you, hi, I'm Ianifa Ifakemi, your initiated high priestess, no nonsense bestie. And so these are the cards that have come up for you. You're receiving 2 major arcana cards and a minor arcana card. Your future self wants you to know that you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. And right now, it might feel like you are fighting one battle after another. But before you know it, your future self wants you to understand that you're going to win. There's an energy that is here where you can do anything. You can fight lions and win. You can literally find yourself in the most difficult situations and still come up at the top. Because there's a sense of you traveling from what you're currently experiencing right now into a new reality, because the Strength card is a major arcana card and the World card is also a major arcana card. So your future self is saying to you that you're going to be walking into new chapters with a lot of strength. This is divine strength that is here. So whatever it is that you're currently experiencing, going through at the moment, before you know it, there's going to be a closure, a completion of that chapter as you walk into the new reality. The next card that you've received is the Knight of Swords. So your future self is saying, not only are you strong, but you have to be willing to take action, because this is what the Knights are all about. And the swords are about information. So the information that your future self is wanting to give you is that you're strong. New beginnings are about to unfold for you, where the resources, the love, the new beginnings, the blessings are at your disposal whenever you want. So let me see how else this message is coming up, how else is playing up for you. Because I feel that this is a powerful transmission that your future self is wanting to give you as a way of motivating you, especially if you're currently going through some challenges. These challenges are just a blip, a moment in time. They're not going to last that long. They're not going to last forever. And your future self wants you to stay to the end of this reading, because there is going to be some truths that as you're hearing them now, in this moment in time, they might offend you. That's the one thing that will actually change your life. You were taught to be good at everything. You were taught to be good at the things that you hate, the things that don't sit right with you, the things that you don't want to do. But here's the truth that your future self wants to bring to your attention. Mastery in misery is still misery. It doesn't matter if you get good at something. If you're miserable doing it, you'll still be miserable. Even though you're making money, even though you're successful at it, there's a sense of emptiness that is there. So your future self is encouraging you to align yourself with the things that bring you joy, the things that lift up your spirit and give you happiness, rather than chasing money on its own. Because you can attain that money, but there's a sense of emptiness that is so loud that you cannot silence. So there's a sense that is there, that maybe right now you might still be young, you might still be applying to university, maybe some of you are starting new jobs, some of you are starting new businesses, But if is the only goal that you have is to make money, your future self is saying that you will not be happy for much longer. I know that a lot of people say, I'd rather be miserable in my Ferrari. But your future self is saying to you that is the wrong mindset. Why choose to be miserable in your Ferrari when you can have wealth and happiness, fulfillment all at the same time? So it feels like you're currently on a path, or maybe you're at a crossroad and you're making decisions, this one or that one. Your future self is saying, choose what is aligned to your own truth, to your joy. Choose that over just making money. If I'm hearing more messages from your future self want to say to you that everything that you're going to be doing is going to seem like sometimes there is no logic, there is no structure that you're actually following. But your future self wants you to understand that joy and authenticity is the path less trodden. Is that a word? Is the path that many people don't choose. So you're going to have to forge your own path. You're going to have to cut the trees, the stinging nettles. You're going to have to shift all the blockages that could be there because you are the first one to travel down that journey, down that road. Perhaps you're the first one in your family to want to be an author and to actually go and do it, to want to be a poet and to actually go and do it. Maybe there's something that is different about you, like art, and your family doesn't approve, but your spirit cheers you on. So it's just going to be you, yourself, and I as you're walking on a journey that is aligned with your happiness, with your joy. Your future self is also wanting you to look after your body, your health, because your wealth is in your health. So how are you eating? Are you exercising? Are you drinking water? Are you going to the gym? I feel that for many of you, there just could be areas of improvement. And your future self is not here to judge you, rather to give you maybe some tips on how to get to the other side, complete, healthy, and feeling fulfilled. Your future self is saying to you that there's going to come a time or a point that you're going to realize that the people around you just want things from you, not for you. There's almost like a sense of the people around you being a bit of gold diggers, not in a negative way, but they are just ready to open their hands and receive and receive and receive. And there's a feeling that is here where I feel that you are a person who doesn't have boundaries when it comes to giving. Your future self wants you to know that there are people who take and they also don't have boundaries. So if you don't put boundaries in place of how much you're willing to give, before you know it, you're going to be giving out of resentment rather than out of joy. You're going to be pouring from an empty cup, which in turn is going to make you feel not only resentful, but it can start making you feel sick. It can bring your energy and your vibration down. So your future self is saying, as you're listening to this transmission, it is going to be important for you to start stepping into your power, setting boundaries and learning how to say no without explaining. And no is a no, and no is a full sentence. There's a sense that is here where your future self is asking you to be brave because you're going to be outgrowing a lot of people, especially when you start saying no. Some people might not receive that very well, and before you know it, you could see that, distance will start growing, and that is okay. In your future, there are people who see you, who love you, who accept you for who you are, not because they're receiving, not because they're taking, not because they have anything to benefit from you. The benefit that they get from you is to be an equal energy so that you give, they receive, they give, you receive, and there's an equal exchange of energy. Your future self is saying to you, you're going to be surprised just how amazing the future is going to be for you. And this is why it's going to be important for you to step in the energy of creating boundaries and saying no so that people can understand that. Because once you are at the top, sometimes it becomes more difficult to say no because you already have a lot to give. But the thing is, what you don't understand is that by giving too much, you can deplete not only your energy, but also your resources. Because the people are always asking, the people have always got open hands, ready to receive. These people don't have the skills, the creativity to build something for themselves. So they'll overly lean on you, and before you know it, they can pull you down back to scarcity, back to the struggle. Your future self says, that struggle and scarcity is going to be a thing of the past because you are literally shifting and moving into new realities and new identities. There's a sense that is here about having humility, and there's a misconception about how you look at humility sometimes. Your future self is saying you're going to be standing in your confidence, in your power, and you're going to realize that that is also having humility rather than shrinking all the time and dimming your light to make other people feel comfortable. Your future self is saying that you have been of service to many people, and now it is going to be important for you to be of service to yourself. Self reassurance is going to be on the cards for you. You will be misunderstood. You will be tested right before the breakthroughs happen. You will be challenged before you level up. And so your future self is saying, when the challenges come in, don't shrink, because this is the moment when you're about to get birthed forward into the new reality that is here. So your future self is saying to you, stop asking for another sign. The fact that you're asking is a sign that you're ready to enter this new beginning. Nothing that you've been through has made you weaker, but rather it's refined you. So just refrain from looking at your situation as at the struggle as being something that has taken something from you. If you want abundance, it's going to be on the table. So stop needing it, but rather accept it because it is already yours. If this is speaking to you, I want you to comment in the comment section, I choose more. Because literally there is more that is on the cards for you, that is on the table for you. So I feel that maybe a little prayer could be nice. So may your discipline come in with ease and ambition, flow in and bring in the abundance that you're wishing for. May you be bold enough to live a life where your ancestors recognize you, recognize and appreciate all the work that they've done before you. And your future self says, I'll see you on the other side. And this is the message that I have for you.